What's up everyone, it's your boy Slayer EC here, and I wanted to talk to you about Overwatch. Overwatch is a game that was released in March 24th, 2016, made by Blizzard Entertainment as their first FPS shooter. I have to say, this is not an overhyped game. Like, I do believe that this game lived up to what I was expecting from it. I do feel as if the community is the one overhyping it. Not really the commercials. And like, I gotta say, this game is fucking fantastic. And so with it, when you buy this game, you'll have access to over 22 characters. They're going to add more. There's already been little hints, little trends online about what characters are going to be released and like what are their skill sets, where are they going to be from, because in this game, like, characters have certain countries that they're from. And so, you know, with this, like, I've been playing for quite a while. I'm almost level 40. So like, these are all the characters. There's like, Bastion is a robot, so he doesn't have a country, but Diva is from Korea. These two are from Japan, Australia, Brazil. You get the idea. Yeah, and you can learn this for yourself. I don't want to spoil everything. I'm just gonna play as a few characters, not as all of them. And I want you guys to understand that, like, I'm gonna just quick address some things. One, is this game like TF2? Yes. But once again, how is that a bad thing? I hate it when people say, like, oh, this game's just a TF2 thing. Like, what the fuck's wrong with TF2? I love TF2. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Like, you got a problem with TF2? Like, what the fuck, man? And so, is this game like TF2? Yes. That's because there's a wide variety of characters that are highly developed and very unique and have certain counters and people that they counter. And so you sort of have to, like, constantly switch between them to find a good team composition in order to win the game. Okay, that's how this game's played. That's how TF2 is played. There's no question about it. Anyone who says that this game is not like TF2 is just being ignorant and is in denial, or has never played TF2. And for people who use, like, this game as a TF2 thing as, like, oh, it's just ripping off TF2. One, what the hell is wrong with TF2? TF2 is a really good game. It's one of the best shooters of all time. Just because this game takes from it doesn't mean anything. Like, do you know how hard it is to be original in this fucking game? It's very hard. And so I want to get that out of the way. Like, this, just because this game is TF2-esque does not mean anything. Okay? And if you like TF2, then you'll really enjoy this game. Like, I'm not even, like, wanting to debate that. Like, this game is so, like, when I first started playing TF2, and when I started playing TF2, I was just having a blast because it was so different and so unique. And that's what this game is. There's so many unique characters, so many things. Like, there's so many things you can do. And it's just very clusterfucky. Like, I just feel as if this game is just, oh shit. I just feel as if this game is, like, bringing back what TF2 used to be. Because let's all be honest, all TF2 players who are watching this, if you are watching this, like, TF2 has, what the, is there a main or fucking base? Like, TF2 has sort of died down in the later years. It's sort of lost its shine from what it used to be. Yeah. And you know, like, this game, like, I'm not bashing on it. Like, TF2 is a very good game. But come on, let's be honest here. Here, like, like, let's be honest here, like, the TF2's been sort of lacking in the whole community. It's like, in what made TF2 fun. And, like, shouldn't, like, TF2 players be glad that there's, like, a bigger remake of it now? Like a game that captures the essence of TF2 so well. But it's in like a different format, and you can get it on PlayStation, you can get it on Xbox now, so you don't just have to get a computer and get Steam to get it. And this game's not free. This game's $40 for its basic version. It goes to like $60 and I don't know, like maybe $100 later, like $100 for like a special collector's edition. Like I just don't want people to I don't want to get people's hopes up too high. I want people to develop their own opinions. I want people to understand this game for themselves. No. Nah, goddamn. I want people to understand this game for themselves, and I want to just give them one point of view, which is my point of view, because I want it to be known this is my point of view. This is not a shared opinion. It may be a highly agreeable opinion, but just understand that. So, are there problems with the game? This game just got released, and there's a wide variety of characters. Now, anyone who has played a meta-based game, can you tell me what usually comes with that? Yes, unbalancing. That is a really big problem in this game now. But it's a problem based on how you see it. It's a very subjective problem. Some people obviously just spam the best characters because you do get XP based on how you play. Oh, one of my friends invited me. You do get experience based on how you play. You get and you level up faster. So some people are obviously just gonna cheese their way through everything and just rank up, and you can prestige in this game, which doesn't really mean anything. This game is a purely fun game, and I want you to understand that. This game is purely just for the hell of it, and I don't want you to think that there's no current competitive game. There's no current there's no current ranked or competitive or anything. They're going to implement that, and this game is very esportsy. There's already competitive teams in esports that are adoring this game and telling you already their opinions. And so there's definitely going to be a competitive. Right now I'm just spectating one of my friends. That actually kind of makes it easier to commentate. I don't want people to just start bashing on this game because of its unbalancing. There's obviously gonna be unbalancing, and that's kind of what makes metagames fun. It makes it fun to find out what the OP shit is, and then find your own personal way of dealing with it with your favorite characters. Because every character has something. There's no useless character in this game. The weakest one currently is most likely Zenyatta. Zenyatta's this little robot dude who throws orbs around. He has the lowest health in the game, and his heals nothing amazing. And so he's technically the worst because he's very situational. He's only good at tanks, and he's very weak and fragile. But even he can add something because his ultimate, it allows him to freaking go into this sort of this sort of meditation state, in where you just immediately heal everyone for a lot of health, and it's super fun. And so you can play everyone, and some people will obviously argue that, hey, Zenyatta's not the worst now, and I don't want Zenyatta to be the worst. He's one of my favorite characters because I really like his design and how he's a robot, but he's a monk who discovered himself. And that sort of character development is in every single character. There's very few characters that are just skimmed over and so with that, you're obviously going to get characters whose backstories appeal to you, and that's one thing. Video games that implore backstories when it comes to the characters you play as, it allows people to empathize better and just put yourself in their shoes, and that's usually what makes heroes and villains. It's oh man, I can totally see where this guy's coming from, or you can get this new interesting standpoint, that you didn't see before. And so, like, back to this unbalancing, it's just like, there are very clear characters that just, like, that's McCree. He can do this. His Fan the Hammer is one of the most powerful things in the game. It melts tanks, it destroys squishies, and his flashbang is very hard to counter against, and because you just get stuck and you can't really do anything, and then you can just fan the hammer, and then he has his little dash thing which immediately reloads his bullets, and he can just immediately fan the hammer again. So, like, he's known as the best one in the game right now because he's able to just dominate so many different people, and his guns works at long range, it works at medium range, and Fan the Hammer just shreds at close range. So with that, like with this like difference between Zenyatta and McCree is like where everyone's main frustration about this game goes. Like, whenever you see anyone raging on this game, it's usually because, oh, it's just there's so many unbalancing. Like, why can't they? Why couldn't Blizzard balance it better if they were given so much time? It's like, that's a very shallow opinion, and you're just blaming it. And it's usually based on lack of skill. For like, you can beat any character in this game with your own character, and that's what I love. You just, like, some characters just require more skill against certain other characters. It's a matchup game. It's like rock, paper, scissors. Just, like, you can't just you can't just go rock all the time and expect no one else to pick paper or something. Like sometimes, like, you either gotta switch it up or you have to know when to use your character, and that's the main fun of this game. The main fun of this game is like all this, like, this different scenarios, you know, for different things, and that's like the main fun. If it was just like this plastic, like, oh, just play this and this and this and this always, then what would be the fun in that game? I mean, like, oh, everyone's equal, and like, who's like I like, when it comes to these minigames, I feel like the person who's overpowered is like the villain. Like, how are you supposed to stop the villain if there is no one? How are you supposed to have your own sort of fun in this game if everyone's just like the same thing? Like, it wouldn't be fun to like learn different ways of playing it. Like, there's no pressure to get better if there's no broken shit. And yeah, I do complain about broken shit, but in the end, I'm always having fun that whenever I beat that guy who's using the broken shit, I'm like, yeah, I beat you even though you're using this. And there's just, oh shit, like, I just got that. My friend just got effed up. Like, there's no freaking will to move on if there's no challenge. Like, just understand that, like, you have to be able to fucking get better at the game to beat these people, and if you don't, then you might as well just attempt to return this game. And so, you know, like, people who blatantly just say, oh, this game's bad just because its balancing is messed up, very shallow opinion. Like, there are legitimate things to complain about this game. Like, one is servers can only last maybe 4 games. Okay, server continuity is very difficult. There's a lot of it, which I can see why, but still, it's almost to an unacceptable rate how much the servers still crash. And like, they had a lot of time in beta to fix that. And like, that's another thing. Like, beta was this was the final part of the game. There was no addition, there was no really anything. Like, this was the beta. Like, you didn't really change anything. Like, you might as well just release this game once the final version of the beta got out, because there's nothing really different about it. You made everyone wait like a week and a half to play this game, and you don't really change it when you do that. Like, that's a little bit frustrating. Plus, like, if you look at this guy's cape, there's a few graphical errors. Just look at how, like, the arm is glitching through it, and like, it's attempting to like overshadow the arm like the skin is supposed to do, but it's not. So like, there's a few like glitches, and like, there's like Widowmaker's hair will sometimes like trail behind her whenever she does like a zipline thing, which is sort of weird. There's graphical errors that should have been fixed, that should have been looked after and completed. implemented when they had the time in the beta. And so, you know, that's another thing. And then finally, like another valid complaint is just another valid complaint is that like some of these things are too underpowered. Some of these things just don't work. Some of these characters are so reliant on one thing to be good. Like, look at Soldier 76. Let's go to him. Like, Soldier 76 is so good in the case that, like, he has a heal, he has a sprint, he has a pretty decent weapon with a rocket launcher on it, and his ult's really good. So he's well-rounded. Like, every single part of this guy is good. But then you go back to McCree, and it's like his long range isn't that good, and he's completely reliant on like his fan the hammer, and if he doesn't do that, then what is he? He's not that good. But like, there are certain characters that are so reliant on one trick that they're not able to do anything else but that. And so, like, when some characters do that, like, it just shows that.
What's up, man?
It just shows that Blizzard was clearly not really creative in that aspect. And I'm sure it'll change over time. I'm sure they'll either buff stuff or rework things, and I'm excited for that. And I'm excited for the continuation of this game, but those are valid concerns that do need to be addressed, like just how some characters are just so reliant on spamming the hammer or just sitting back sniping because you have nothing else to offer. So that's kind of lame. Either way, that's the end of the commentary. Hope you guys enjoy. Watch, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you Slayers later.